He opened the door, and a whole new wave of explorers were ready to walk through it, seeking out even more forbidden frontiers.
Starts with a magical Disney-like tune, but it's slightly distorted, with underlying eerie tones that grow louder. If there's one place that has become the holy grail for Disney explorers, it's this: a real, actual ghost island right in the middle of Disney World. This is the story of Discovery Island, and it is, without a doubt, the most fascinating and haunting tale in all of Disney's abandoned history. Discovery Island wasn't always abandoned. It opened in 1974 as Treasure Island, a pirate-themed playground. It wasn't super popular, so 2 years later it was reborn as a wildlife sanctuary called Discovery Island. It was a real island, naturally formed in the middle of Bay Lake, that big body of water between the Magic Kingdom, Fort Wilderness, and the Contemporary Resort. You had to take a boat to get there. It was never a headliner attraction, but it hung on for over 20 years. The beginning of the end came in 1998, when Animal Kingdom opened. Suddenly, why take a small boat to see a few birds when you could go to a massive, brand-new theme park and see thousands of animals? So, in 1999, Discovery Island closed its doors for good. At first, Disney played it coy. They left the lights on at night, pretending something was still happening. But the rumors started to spread. The island was just empty. The boat dock was removed. Nature began to take over. And for a decade, it sat there, rotting away in the middle of the lake, a former Disney attraction slowly being swallowed by vines and wildlife. It was a forbidden mystery, practically begging to be explored. The first confirmed documented expedition happened in 2004. The man behind it was an urban explorer named Perez. He and his friends had heard the legends from locals, that animals had been left behind, that the island was a strange tropical wasteland. They knew they had to see it for themselves. Their first attempt was a failure. They smuggled an inflatable boat, paddles, and a rope to Fort Wilderness, planning to sneak across the 100 feet of water they'd been told separated the island from the shore. But when they got there, they realized the info was dead wrong. The island was over 300 feet away. And worse, Disney ferries were zipping back and forth every few minutes. They'd be spotted in a second. Defeated, they went home. But Shane was not giving up. A year later, they returned with a new plan, much simpler and much crazier. They were going to swim. They trained, testing their endurance in other Florida lakes. Then, under the cover of complete darkness, after the last ferry had stopped running, they slipped into the water at the edge of the abandoned River Country water park and swam for it. What they found when they landed on the island was straight out of a movie. The entire place had become a massive bird sanctuary, with hundreds of birds nesting everywhere, creating an incredible cacophony of noise. The paths were gone, swallowed by thick undergrowth. Buildings were being pulled apart by vines. Inside one building, they found a time capsule of the island's final days, old employee schedules, photos left behind, even jars with preserved snakes in them. In another structure, they were charged by 2 young vultures who had made a nest there. They explored for 3 hours, covering only half the island, before the sun started to rise and they had to swim back, leaving the mystery mostly unsolved.